Ooh, puppy. Hello everybody. It's been a while, and so I'm gonna do another video, YouTube/Odyssey video. And today we're actually going to be doing something that isn't 100% on the software end. Today we're actually going to be moving an operating system over to another disk. And then using the original disk that I had in that computer, putting it in another computer, and then installing an operating system on that one. And the whole reasoning behind this video is screw Fedora Linux, okay? Fedora Linux is one of the worst distributions I've ever used. It's just absolutely horrible. That I used the Fedora 34 XFCE edition, eventually upgraded to 35. The upgrade was horrible, painful upgrade process, and the overall experience with Fedora has been really painful. It's been really slow. The package manager is very slow, and I've had several random reboots over time, and so I'm just happy to get rid of it. Because on my laptop, that's what I have Fedora Linux on. I have it on a hard drive, and so I'm just going to take that out and then put the solid state drive that I have in my computer in there, my desktop computer in there. But I'm going to have to move my, because I got the SSD for Christmas, so it's relatively new. So I put in my big computer so I have a little bit more oomph in it, right? And so I kept the original hard drive that the computer had in there. Just as a sort of cold backup, but it seems we can't have nice things these days, so I'm gonna have to put the SSD into the laptop instead of the computer. But anyways, that's the whole thing behind this video, this whole spiel. So I've got the SSD and the old computer hard drive inside of my computer right now, and we are going to use Clonezilla Live to copy the data from the SSD over to the hard drive. Alrighty, so here's my setup. I hope you guys like it, but the video is not about the setup. This is about preparing my crap. So, anyways, I have the Clonezilla USB drive. I'm gonna plug that into the computer again. And go ahead and power it on. Very cool startup sound. And we want to spam a fake. Let's go. So now we're in the boot device selection screen. And then we got our hard drive and our SSD drive here. SSD hard drive. But we're wanting to boot into our USB stick here. So here we are in Clonezilla Live. So I want to choose, let's see here, see if we got any other modes. KMS. Let's do KMS so we can get some good graphics with our Radeon card. Should be fine. Or Radeon graphics. It's not a card. Alrighty, so now we are in our Clonezilla Live USB, and so we are going to go through this process to get the data from the SSD onto the hard drive. So we are going to go to English. Keep the default keyboard layout because I have a US keyboard here, and we want to go ahead and start Clonezilla. Alright, and so let's see. It's just telling us that we have no warranty on the software. We have two modes: clone, restore a disk, or partition using an image, or disk to disk, or partition to partition, clone, restore. we actually want to do disk to disk. So we want to go here to this option that says device to device, and we're going to want to click that. Okay, so I'm going to go through the, I don't remember what I did before. I think I did the export one, but we'll go through the export one. I'm sure I can ignore options that I don't need. So we want to do local disk to local disk clone. And so we need to find the source. And so our source for today is actually going to be the SSD drive, which is a CT rather than ST, if I'm not mistaken. However, I'm going to go ahead and verify what those disks are actually what they are by switching to another TTY with Control Alt F2, and we're going to run sudo fdisk -L, and then we're going to pipe that into less so we can kind of scroll around. Let's see here. It doesn't really tell us any more information about it. So I'm not 100% sure, but we know that in the Linux file system tree, or the Linux device tree, excuse me, determines which ones are in which order, for example SDA before XDB, based on what SATA port they're actually in. So I can actually look down on my computer and see that, let's see which one goes first. It looks like the hard drive is plugged in for the SSD.
Hold up. Wrong.
Alright, so if we're not sure, which I'm not 100% sure that the device SDA is my SSD, and it's always good to double check, we can actually look at the label on the back or sometimes the front of the disk to see what model it is. And so I can actually look onto the back of my SSD and see that the model actually starts with CT. And so we are actually, that proves that the model number starting with ST is our SSD. And we are moving data from the SSD to the hard drive so the SSD can be used in my laptop. So we want the SDA as a source. And so now we want to choose a local disk as the target. And so our only remaining option is SDB, which is my second hard drive that is plugged into SATA. So we can go ahead and press that. So here we can choose some advanced parameters. I'm going to go through here and see what we need. Well, we have an option down here to play a sound when the job is done. And so what we can do is we can unplug my headphones, and then when the job is done, we'll hear a nice noise. I think that's a good idea. And so we can go here, press OK. And so see, we have some any advanced parameters, and so our parameters are skip checking, repairing source file system, interactively check and repair source file system before cloning, or check and repair source file system before cloning, auto. And we are going to go to, how about skip checking and repairing source file system for now. And we want to use a partition table from the source disk. So we don't have to go into, for example, in Linux we have our /etc/ fs tab file, the file system table. We don't want to have to modify that after we copy this disk over. And so we can go ahead and use the partition table from the source disks. And so the action to perform when everything is finished, how about we choose? We press enter here. Warning, warning, everything on SCB will be lost. Yeah, that's everything in my hard drive. I don't care about what's in the hard drive for now because it's old files, and so we can go ahead and get rid of it. And we can press Y and then enter. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure? I am 100% sure. Alright, it is starting to copy over. And now I will mention the last time, yeah, it was this no, it wasn't. There was something that took a really long time that felt like it shouldn't have taken a long time. When you're going through this process, just wait, okay? It will eventually finish, okay? Be very patient. You don't want to cancel a disk transfer while it's still running. Many sysads will tell you that's not really a good idea. So yeah, we'll come back when this is finished. Oh, actually, yeah, we have this little Parklone progress bar here. So it's a progress bar. Alright, see you guys in a second. Good news, it finished. And although I wasn't able to get it, it did play a very nice trumpet sound. Maybe I can get that in there. But, yeah. So now the files and the partitions and all that stuff from the solid state drive has been copied over to the hard drive. I plan to use that as the primary storage device for this current computer. And then put the SSD into my laptop. And so we are going to first start and take the solid state drive out. Alright, so we'll go over here and we will press power off, which is the first option here in Clonezilla, so the disks can spin down correctly. And there we go. Now that we have transferred the data, we are ready to remove the solid state drive and make the hard drive now the primary drive. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our solid state drive, which is a little bit more because we did put a lot of stress on it, transferring all that data. We're going to unplug what is the SATA cable, this one here, and then we are going to unplug the power, which is this one here. Here's our solid state drive, just put that over there, and then we also have our hard drive that has a SATA cable attached to it. We will unplug that, and then we also have our power. Can unplug that, and then we can use the power and the SATA cord that were from the SSD and put that in there, because the SATA cable is now plugged into SATA 1. That was the one that had the SSD in it, because that was the primary drive. And so by plugging that SATA cable into this hard drive, it will make it the primary drive. And we can unplug the useless, well, not useless, but we're not using it, SATA drive, SATA cable, excuse me. And that'll be that. And then we can move over to the laptop. Alrighty, so this is the laptop with Fedora Linux on it. I'm just gonna put this solid state drive on and install something else, and keep the hard drive just in case I need it for something, and I'll actually have to get things off of it. Alright, so here we have our laptop, and we have our SSD. We're gonna be opening up the laptop and we're taking the hard drive out and then replacing it with the solid state drive. So I think this thing is actually suspended. So I'm going to start off, and I'm actually going to go ahead and power this down. Actually, before I let it sync my files via Nextcloud. And before I take this hard drive out, I do want to demonstrate some of the slowness with DNF, the package manager for Fedora. So I'm going to do a simple search for Emacs here. And I don't have this problem with any other distro that I know. It's probably been a minute now. The search hasn't even started, which is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, there it goes. Looks like it's syncing repositories. I don't know what it's doing now. It could be syncing, about to sync another repo, or it could be actually searching. Oh, it's got another repo. Still syncing repos. Well, two things I want to mention here. I don't use Google Chrome. That was added by GNOME Software for some odd reason. And you can see this like determining the fastest mirror here. That is a setting that you can enable in DNF that supposedly made this faster. But the problem really isn't the downloading. It's the whatever else. Let's see. 827? 822? That was almost a 5-minute query just to search for Emacs. That is ridiculous. I will never install Fedora again, unless I absolutely have to. It's got some more syncing to do, but I don't want to do the syncing. Well, actually, there's a very specific thing I want synced, so I'm going to make sure it's synced. Alright, so we are shutting down, and we are going to crack this baby open. Power down. Alright. Let's open this laptop. We got flip the sucker over. And we got quite a few screws we gotta get at. I'm going to choose a different bit on my screwdriver. So a little size adjustment here. Take off these screws. Alright, so now that we have all the screws out, we can begin prying the back of the computer off. So I believe we start. I've been opening this up in a couple of months, so. See how this goes. freaking full over here.
I'm a young Spanish nigga from the projects. I'm gon' make it, who gon' stop me? I ain't got nothing.
Okay, so we have to make sure we take this off very carefully because there is a ribbon cable, of course. Hashtag unexpected ribbon cable. Always know that. Anybody who's opened a laptop before knows of the curse of the unexpected ribbon cable. Alright, there's our keyboard off. Put that to the side. So here we have our computer, and that's curious. Interesting. Okay, probably not important. Okay. So what is important though is your hard drive, and we are going to take this sucker out. See if this kind of, we got a 6-pointed one, 6-pointed bit. Yeah. Let's see if we get ourselves a 6-pointed bit. This one? No, a little bit too big. Maybe this one. Could go a little bit bigger. You always want to make sure that what you got is like a pretty precise fit, because if you got a little bit small or a little bit too big, then you could risk stripping the screw. Alright, so now we have all these screws out. It also has an extra brace that we need to take out. Or we need to take the entire thing out. Oh, well, I forgot this screw, actually. Oh, look, I attached all my screws to my screwdriver. Isn't that nice? Hey, cool pro tip. Don't keep your screws by your right hand side or your dominant hand side. Sorry, left hand people. Alrighty, so there we go. We got our hard drive out, but it does have this brace in here, and we do need to detach the actual hard drive from the brace. So we'll do that now. Alright, so here's our brace. Here is our old hard drive, conveniently blue, in the color of Fedora. The worst Linux distro to ever exist. And so now we need to put the SSD into the brace, which goes on like this. Alright. Alrighty, so here we have our SSD in here, and I also have this extra piece that I put in here, and it helps it keep level. I'm not sure if it's supposed to stay in place. It kind of does, but kind of doesn't at the same time. But it will work for our purposes, I suppose. That's what we do. Oh, look, I have it in backwards. Very many mistakes in this video taught an amateur. Okay, I know, very much so. Slide that sucker in there, and now we have our several sort of. Actually, we need to do this one first, and then take this screw it in. Tight. So this hard drive doesn't have the same screw points as, or this SSD, excuse me, doesn't have the same points as the hard drive, or I don't know what I'm saying. So, I guess we don't need those. I also have the extra screws that I sort of collected from the last time I took care of this device. And you may be wondering, how's that roll? Because I missed some of them. That's why they're leftovers. So I kind of have to go through here and figure out where they go. And you're gonna be with me through the struggle of being an idiot. So have fun. A little bit more dust than I want there to be. I'm also very curious about this. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be here for. I'm also very tempted to take out the fan. I'm not sure if it was the hard drive or the fan. There was a lot of noise coming from this laptop all the time. So I might keep that in there. But later I might take care of that. And if anybody wants to tell me what this is, please do. Because I don't know what are these sticky? Yes. Can I peel this off? Is it sticky? It is sticky. It's a sticky thing. Okay, do I put that there? I don't know. I'm gonna do what's amateurish and leave it there. Because I don't know if it should actually go there. Alright, well, I guess I should reassemble this thing. There we go. And be sure to attach ribbon cables correctly. Well, if there's anything I can do properly in life, it's probably ribbon cables. This will boot into my desktop OS. Oh, sick. Would you look at that? Doesn't look as good. Alright. Very curious. Oh, wow. My resolution isn't correct. Remarkable, dude. Sweet. I literally have a duplicate of my desktop OS on here. And you know what? It's not making a sound. It's not making a sound. It's just quiet. It may have been the hard drive. Just really loud hard drive. That's why I can sell it on eBay as really loud hard drive. No, I didn't want you to just try. Oh, I forgot to actually regenerate grub. What a big dummy of me. Well, I can edit the boot options myself. Myself, I am more than capable. Splash is an invalid run level, by the way. If you're using OpenRC. Dude, that's just awesome. This is so much better than having to use Fedora Linux. And you know what? I also got a solid state drive. Alright, so what we're going to do... close the lid on this sucker. Flip this over. And for our final touch, we're going to add the screws back in. All over here. At least it's not as bad as the Verge PC build, which people seem to talk about all the time. And me in particular, I get pretty annoyed with people talking about it. It's like, did you hear about the Verge PC build that happened like, what was it, 5 years ago? That would be a lucky guess. I just guessed. But like, I already knew about it. Every single amateur PC guy knows about the Verge PC build. Like, it always seems to come up as old, new news. But it's not new news, it's old news. Well, anyways, I put as many screws in as I could. Maybe that one just wasn't long enough. Yeah, there we go. I'm sure that won't fall out later. Does it come in there? Maybe. Who knows? Seemed like I was hitting like some sort of barrier. Or even a... I don't know. I don't remember putting anything wrong in there. Oh, I think I was missing the hole. That was probably it. And a final touch. Oh, it's gonna look really bad. Really, they make them like that, so it looks really stupid when you peel it off. Like, no, don't take me off, Windows. No. Huh. I guess I'll like. That looks like not good. But hey, Windows isn't good. so it kind of makes sense.
Got him!
Alright, that's pretty great. So in this video, we copied the data from one solid state drive onto a hard drive successfully with Clonezilla, transferred that solid state drive into a laptop, which effectively duplicated the environment on that hard drive onto my solid state drive, so I have the same development environment as I do on my PC on my laptop, which is fantastic, so I can develop the same way I do on my computer at home, and of course I have all my stuff there, and it's super nice. Overall, I think the video was a success. Well, I think the transfer was a success. I think the video kind of sucks, but if you happen to like it, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and if you're on Odyssey, be sure to follow, hit that little flame button, and leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.